Yo, yo, what is up, crew? And welcome back to another vlog. Travel days, lack of sleep, and just the go. It obviously has gotten to me. I don't know if I'm sick right now. I don't know if I am just losing my voice from being at the event and having to speak over the crowd and things like that. But I do know this. There's something powerful that happens when you have a group of men that consciously come together to make a change, not only in themselves, but in generations of men. I have had the distinct pleasure of pouring into these men as they've been on this journey, and it is so humbling for me because, I didn't necessarily grow up with having the nurturing that I desired. As I got older, I started to realize, there were things that I wish my dad would have taught me, and this is no shade on him whatsoever. He did an amazing job in the way that made most sense to him, and I honor him for that. However, I recognize the gaps that I have from the lack of fathering that I received. And we are in a generation of fatherless men. And there is something powerful that happens when men consciously come together to be better. Not only for themselves, but for their kids, for their wives, and for everyone around them. When you do the deep work, it expands and compounds for generations. It supports your children, it supports your wives or your girlfriend or anyone that you are in a relationship or deep friendship with. Truly. I was also given the pleasure of leading a breathwork experience there, which I've not done for a very long time. And man, to see some of these men just going through these emotional purges and really just surrendering. It reminds me that in our midst of fear and uncertainty, that faith reveals the need for hands larger than our own. Which leads me to the thought, we are not meant to do this alone. We're just not meant to do this alone. But so many people get caught up in the dogmatic thinking of, I'll do it on my own. They get caught in what I call lone wolf syndrome. So if you believe that you're a lone wolf, and that you are meant to do everything on your own and not welcome anyone in on your journey, this message is for you. We are meant to thrive in tribes and communities, and we are meant to do this together. No one is meant to be alone. And I think many times people get caught up in the hustle and bustle and the dogma of providing all the things that they thought they needed to provide just to be loved, maybe feel like they were enough. And I witnessed that a lot, where men will do everything that they can just to get their wives to notice them, or vice versa. And I've been guilty of that as well. And we have this modality called TSC, which is time, space, and consistency. Now, if your relationship is on the fringe, I'm not saying that this will help you. However, if you give both of yourselves time to truly process, what is it that we're experiencing? What is it that we are experiencing? And if you give yourself space, and I mean space in the sense of if your wife or your girlfriend says she wants space, stop sending all the messages to check in. Stop doing all of that. You need to show up and allow her time and space to heal as well as yourself. Now, the final one is consistency. You need to do this consistently. So many men get caught up in this and they believe that, man, if I give her time and space and myself time and space, what if you grow apart? What if we grow apart? What if you do? What if you do? And I also take my own advice in this. When it comes to time, space, consistency, it's fucking hard. You know, no man wants to give the woman that they love or the mother of their kids time to heal in space, because they enjoy all of the little things, the good morning text, the experiences you do together, the breakfasts, the coffees, the walks, the things, all of the little things and the little moments, because at the end of it all, you'll realize that the small details really are part of the bigger picture. And I think we forget that. We get so caught up in the bullshit that we don't cherish the small details for what they are. Because one day, those small details will be the things that come to mind when you think through. When you think through just how far you've come or how far you have to go. However, if you give yourself time, you give her time, you give yourself space, you give her space, and you do this consistently, you will land where you are meant to land. Now, I'm not saying it'll save your marriage or save your relationship. However, it will give you a greater perspective. And perspective is inescapable. You are only ever who you are through the eyes of someone else based off their experiences of you. It is not who you truly are. Everyone has an idealized version of their partner in their mind, and sometimes they put them on a pedestal, and anything that that person does outside of that idealization challenges that pedestal. I'll do a training on this another time, but I'm heading over to the gym. I'm a little sick, or whatever this is I've got going on. I'm gonna get a little bit of movement. I also hurt my Achilles when I was inside the airport because your boy had to sprint to the airport again. A story for another time. But I appreciate y'all being here, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.